Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley, and in this video, I'm going to be going over all about how I handle my finances for my six-figure side business. If you are new to my channel, I run a reselling business on Poshmark and eBay. I started about 3 years ago, and so in this video, everything I'm about to go over, I've pretty much started from the beginning. If you like business and reselling content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I put out videos every single Wednesday. The purpose of this video is nothing more than just to be transparent about how my business operates and also to give you some ideas about investing and some good places to put your money if you feel like you don't know what those options are, or if you do just tend to have a lot of the money come into your own bank account and are looking for places to help it grow within the stock market. So the income that I will be talking about today for my small business is going to be coming from reselling the clothing that I do on the platforms Poshmark and eBay and a little bit other tradesy in the real here and there, and also the money I make from content creation, which is very small in comparison to strictly the reselling income. So starting off here, the first thing that I will say is that I keep my full-time income and my side business income completely separate, and I pretty much live completely off of my full-time income. It's nothing crazy at all, but I'm definitely able to live off it and be fine, and everything else in terms of my side business goes back into the business and savings. So because it's so separated, I have a separate bank accounts and credit cards for my personal life and my business life. So if you do not have that set up for whatever business you have going on, that is the very first thing that you need to do, is set up a separate bank account and credit card for your business. So whether you are paying yourself or not, it is critical to have them separated because it does help you keep up with the financial health of your business a little bit more and make sure that you're not accidentally just like spending all the money that you have for your business. And in some of those cases as well, if you have more money coming into your bank account than you're used to, your means of living starts to increase with the increase of income that you're having. And so it feels like you're really not saving any money, just spending a whole lot more, and it doesn't actually feel like you're making that much more money. So keeping it separate helps you be a little bit more strict with that if you are paying yourself, and making sure that you're paying yourself a specific amount each and every week or a month instead of just spending whatever you have coming in as your play money. And setting up a bank account and credit card is really such an easy step. You can set it up with any bank, you can set it up with a bank that you currently have or go to a new one. It really doesn't matter. I personally have 2 different banks just because it helps me really identify and not mix them up. However, you could do either or. After you get that done, you can sign up for a credit card. It's good to find a credit card that really maximizes your bonuses or any benefits or perks that the card has. I personally have the Chase Freedom card, and it gives me 1.5% cash back on all my purchases. After doing a lot of research I had there, that was the best one that I found. You can go ahead and do more research and see if there's any ones that are best for you. However, they're not a lot that have over like 1.52% cash back on all purchases. There are a ton out there. I think it's a Bank of America card that they have like 3 to 5% cash back in different categories. So depending on where you spend your money a lot on, then that could be good for you as well. So just do some research. It's also really good when you are signing up for the credit card, whatever month that you're in, just Google who's having the best deals at the time in terms of promotions. A lot of different credit cards, depending on the month, will say if you spend X amount within this amount of time, we'll give you this many points or cash back. So you can use that to your benefit as well if you know you're going to be spending a lot of money or more of your money for your business on that card. So once you have everything set up, you have your income coming to your bank account, you're paying your expenses with the credit card from money from your bank account, and it's just so much better to keep things organized and not get things all mixed up and tangled with like a really bad money web. The only money that I do put into my bank account in terms of a day-to-day life is cash back that comes from the business credit card. So that's something you can look into. You can either use that to give yourself a little bonus, or you can put it back into the business. So now that we've separated out my full-time job income and my side business income, I'll go over exactly where all that money goes for my side business. So the money from my side business, I could say, can go into 5 different categories. The first one being inventory, so keeping up with everything that I'm selling, and then other expenses like rent or other tools or furniture, VAs, things like that. So everything else that's not inventory. taxes, unfortunately, retirement savings, and then more so in addition to that, more tangible savings. So starting with inventory, I do not have a budget for inventory for my business. Thankfully, I've been able to grow it to a healthy point now where I don't have to really budget myself in terms of clothing. I do keep an eye on it, but if there is something that I know is going to be a good investment for my business, I definitely go ahead and buy it and don't let any budget stop me. That might be different from where you're at, but that's why it's really great to invest as much as you can back into your business, because it really helps you have a little bit more of a healthy budget or not have to think about it as much. When I first started off, I didn't have a budget as well, but at the same time too, I was thrifting most of the time and I wasn't really even able to go as often because of my job. It's always just build up from then, and I've always reinvested back into my business. So it's always a case-by-case situation to know what's going to be best for you and what parameters you have to set on for yourself. How much I spend on inventory really varies. I haven't been sourcing a lot lately, but when I was sourcing a ton a couple months ago, I would spend anywhere from $9,000 to $10,000 on inventory in a month. And no, I'm not spending my entire profit on that. How I calculate my profit in terms of the accrual method is very different from the cash flow. So I do have the money to spend on that and still make a profit each month. But yes, I do spend a lot of money, upwards of that $9,000 to $10,000, and I'll probably get back to that sometime soon in order to grow my business, because I'm in a growth stage and want to be adding more inventory to my closet. If I was just maintaining where I'm at and had to be more strict in terms of not spending too much or not adding too much to my closet, then that would look a little different then too. The next category is expenses, and I feel like in 2021 my expenses were so big because I had started with this office, and so I had to furnish the office, and so I had to get a ton of shelves and racks and just different things to bulk up more inventory in a really short amount of time. So I had a lot of months that had really high expenses, but overall in terms of the reselling business, now majority of the expenses are pretty much just rent, VAs, and small supplies such as like tape and poly mailers. However, other than that, you don't need to have a ton of expenses for reselling. To be honest, more of my expenses do come from content creation than the reselling business. So you really don't need to have a ton of expenses other than inventory if you're looking to start up a reselling business. Straight up just getting poly mailers for when you need it, otherwise just getting free poly mailers and boxes, and then tape and stuff to close it up. Other than that, you really don't need anything else. And then when you do decide you want to get into any software services that do help your business, those can be added in as well, and those can be very beneficial to you, but those don't even have to add a high cost to your expenses each month. So the next three areas are where a large chunk of my money goes to, and that third category is taxes. Unfortunately, the more money you make, the more taxes that you have to pay. This is not a tax video, so I'm not going to go over all about taxes, but that is just another portion that I have to be conscious of and remember to set aside for my business. So in terms of my inventory and expenses, making sure that I'm not like using all that money and I have that money to pay my taxes with. And I've never had an issue of being anywhere close to not being able to pay my taxes. So the next category that my money goes to is my retirement savings. So I do not have any retirement options at my full-time job, which is unfortunate. So I was able to open up a SEP IRA account, which is a retirement option if you are self-employed. There is a max amount that you're allowed to contribute to it. I believe it's 21% of your profits, but don't quote me on that. You'll have to go and talk to somebody who can open one up for you and specifically about what that is, or talk to an accountant about it. I do work with my accountant and they do help me know how much I am able to contribute to it so that I do not over contribute to it. But retirement savings is very important to me, so that's why I contribute as much as I can into that, especially because I don't work with a company that offers retirement options or any matching options, which is usually a huge opportunity for retirement savings. If you are a full-time reseller or do own any of your own small businesses of your own, opening up a SEP IRA is a really good option for you. I definitely recommend going in and talking to somebody about opening an account. I personally have mine with Fidelity. We just walked in and inquired about opening one, and somebody helped me out with that and also went through a ton of other questions. So if you are really unsure, you still don't fully know what it's about, if it's right for you, you can always go into like a Fidelity office and talk to them about that. And then outside the business here, I do have a Roth IRA where I just contribute my maximum $6,000 through my personal income. So the last place my money goes to, I'm calling tangible savings, just because it is something that if I need to, I'm able to pull out of. The retirement savings, like I'm not allowing myself to touch that. Like that is not even for emergencies, like that's for retirement. And then I have different emergency savings and savings for like a car, a house, or other investments. I only keep as much money as I need in my bank account in order to pay off my credit card and to pay off the taxes. Therefore, I put all my other money into other investment platforms so that the money can grow and it's not just like sitting in a bank account. So there's a couple different apps that I use to invest my money. The first one is going to be Robinhood. Robinhood is essentially just a really simple, easy app to help you invest money into the stock market. I like it because it's really user-friendly and it's really easy to see where some really common stocks are going in terms of up or down, and even just to analyze the market to see if it's in a buying or selling position. It is something where you do, of course, still need to know about stocks and which stocks you probably want to invest to, but even just getting into a couple of the big ones is always a really easy, safe way to put your money in something that's not a bank and hopefully have it grow over time. I do have a link where if you sign up, you can start off with a free stock. It's just like a random stock, so you can get something that is up to like $5 or like $20 of a stock. So you can use my link below if you don't have a Robinhood account. After my retirement savings, Robinhood is probably where most of my money does go to. And then like Robinhood, but for a cryptocurrency, I do use Voyager to invest in that market. I honestly don't know much about that market at all. Thankfully, I've helped with that in terms of what to invest in and usually how much from my boyfriend. So I'm very lucky to have him help me with that. But if you don't have anyone, definitely highly encourage you to look online and see any advice that you can get. Just be really careful because there's a ton of advice online and not all of it is good or savvy at all. But I wouldn't know, that's just what my boyfriend tells me. So the last little snippet of my investment portfolio is Acorns, and I love the Acorns app because I always forget about it and how much money I actually have in there. So it is very similar to all the other apps. It does allow you to put money in and have it invest in different stocks. However, what I really like about it is that you can attach your credit card to it and you can give it the option to round up whatever change that you have, and it collects that change and uses that to grow the money that you have in its app. So in order to have more of a leave it and forget it, but still have more money going in, I do have $5 that goes into it weekly to help it grow. And then it does just have the other attachment from the credit card. And then in terms of the stocks, if you feel like you have no idea about stocks, it does have like little bundle options for stocks where you can simply just request if you want to be an aggressive investor or if you just want to play a little bit more safe. It gives you those options, and then pretty much from there, whatever you choose off of that can put you into the stocks that it has set for that, or you're able to choose your own stocks if you are more comfortable with choosing that. I also do have a link for Acorns that gives you $5 when you sign up, so I will put that below in the description as well. So the main purpose of my business is to add an extra income stream that does bring in a lot of money that I am able to put in savings so that it can grow over time without me having to put any work into it. And then also mainly so because I don't have any savings option for my work, I really need to work extra hard in order to build that for myself. I hope this video gave you a better understanding of how my business works and also gave you some ideas of where you can potentially invest your money if you're looking to go into the stock market and savings a little bit more. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments. Don't ask me anything about stocks or really anything too crazy about investment or taxes, because personally I really don't know. But in terms of anything about the reselling business or the bank accounts or anything like that, I'd be more than happy to answer for you. If you want to send me a DM on Instagram, you can do so. I'm at Recloth Collection on there. And if you are coming here from the reseller community, be sure to check out my website, reclothcollection.com. I have a ton of other tools and resources for you on there. But thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.